Welcome back to another episode of the To Nurture Your Soul podcast. Today is another pre-filmed episode because as you are watching this, it is my second week in the UK, which is the most exciting week out of all of them, to be honest. This is the week that we are going to stay in Brighton, which I am so excited about. Mark my words, right here, right now. I'm going to be randomly running into Zoella or Alfie. Said it since me knowing that I had this trip booked and that I knew that we were going to Brighton. I've been so sure of the fact that while we're in Brighton, I'm just going to be running into them randomly. It's going to happen. And I really am truly manifesting that for me, and I hope you guys are manifesting that for me too. But hello you guys, and welcome. I'm so excited to be sat here pre-recording this episode. Also, just on a side note, if you're watching the YouTube video, this jacket that I'm wearing right now, I love. So cute, so warm, cozy, thick. It's from Silent Theory. I love it. But it's like so good quality and thick to the point where like it looks huge on me, but I promise it's like the perfect size. It's making me look massive. Big shoulders, tiny head vibes is what I'm getting from the viewfinder right now. But I promise you, like, it's the coziest, warmest, like, best thing ever. And I'm absolutely obsessed with the color of it. If you are a regular watcher of the podcast in particular, I've been trying to match my outfits to, you know, the green blue aesthetic that I enjoy, like with the plant, the white wall. I'm trying to stick with whites, greens, blues. I'm slowly but surely running out of clothes of that color. And I've been wanting to wear this jacket for so long, but yeah, it just makes me look huge. I love it so much, but it makes me look huge. Anyways, this is a podcast, so if you're not watching, all of that was irrelevant and I'm so incredibly sorry. Talking about current time, Lacey, like me right now sitting here filming this, I am currently on one. Like my mood is top tier, which is weird because I have had quite a lot of anxiety this week, but I think sitting down and filming this episode right now is the last big thing on my to-do list before I leave, like my absolute necessary thing that I need to get done. So as soon as I finish filming this episode in like an hour, I'm so excited. All of my obligations are done and all the work that I have left for the rest of the week is just getting ahead, you know, staying ahead, making sure that I don't go to the UK with a fuck ton of work. But yeah, anyways, I feel like I'm definitely jumping all over the place and I'm so incredibly sorry. That's just the mood that I'm in right now. Hopefully it's all making sense. But going back to the Lacey that is currently on her second week in the UK, girl, I'm so excited for you. I hope you're having the best time. I don't really know like what little life updatey things to say in the beginning of this episode because as you're watching this, I am currently living them. You know, and as I'm sitting here to record it, I haven't lived them yet. So all I can say, I guess, is that I hope I had a safe flight. I hope that I enjoyed my first week. I hope that I am looking forward to the next week in Brighton. If you guys are from the UK, please let me know. I would love to meet you guys or, you know, I don't know, see you over there at some point. I know there's quite a few people who shop on To Nurture Your Soul who are from the UK, so I don't know, it would be so cool and so much fun to see you all if, you know, we cross paths on my journey over there. I do hope that I was able to pack all the things that I wanted to in my suitcase without it being too full. I think I can do that. My wardrobe is pretty small. If you watched my wardrobe declutter, which would have probably gone up 2 weeks before this video, if my schedule's right in my head, you would have seen, like, I don't have a massive wardrobe and my suitcase is pretty big. So I'm hoping I am able to fit everything in there. I'm currently waiting on my June order from Silent Theory, which I'm so excited about. It's my final package before I go away, and I'm so excited to take a bunch of their clothes over to the UK and get some really cool content for them. I'm planning on filming a like pack with me, like outfits I'm packing video TikTok reel thing. And yeah, just like my whole wardrobe is Silent Theory at this point, so any photo that I take over there, I will be able to send to them and they can use for, you know, whatever they want to use it for. But yeah, I got some really, really cute things this month. I'm so excited. I got some blue cargo jeans. I got like a cute little red crop top. I got this really nice black like windbreaker jacket. I got like a quarter zip jacket, which I've never had before, but this one, so cute. It's so freaking cute. It's like a creamy color with like silvery white embroidery on the sleeves. So cute. So yeah, I'm just waiting for that. I'm hoping maybe I could do like a sit down haul for the YouTube channel as well, but yeah, I don't know. That is literally all my updates. I'm really trying to pluck at the little things here, so I have something to fill in the beginning part of this episode. Let me know how your week has been in a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure to leave us a 5-star review. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, that would mean the whole entire world to me. I don't know. I think that's about it. So I guess let's just get into the main topic of today's episode, which is the illusion of being behind in life and how/why sticking to your own timeline is so important. So this is a topic that I'm so passionate about, and I think that it's because I do ideally want to live a life that's like so completely different to the norm, and that's why I'm so passionate about this, because you know, the life that I personally want to live isn't, you know, the go to school, go to uni, become a nurse, teacher, whatever, the boring, no offense to teachers and nurses, we all need you and appreciate you and love you, but that's kind of boring for me. Like, my ADHD creative brain could never. So yeah, that's just not the life that I was put on this earth to live. So talking about the importance of sticking to your own timeline, doing what is best for you in this moment right now, and what is best for you in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Talking about all that stuff is something that I could do for ages because I'm so passionate about it. And I think that the pressure of societal norms that is put on every single teenager and young adult in life at the moment is actually really freaking scary. I think the pressure of it all is a lot of the reasons why people have anxiety, depression, why a lot of people don't feel enough, because the way that the system is at the moment in terms of school, job, uni, like just the timeline of what you're supposed to be doing. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, I'm doing quotation marks around supposed to. But the timeline, it doesn't work for everyone. Everyone is so different, and it doesn't work in particular, in my opinion, for people who do struggle with mental health and people who are creative and people who are, you know, who just don't find fulfillment in the 9 to 5. And I think the more that life goes on and the more that people learn about, you know, psychology and the human brain, like the more it is kind of being accepted that like that is like physically, like chemically in your brain not suitable for everyone, like psychologically not accessible, not realistic for everyone. So yeah, as always, I have my little list of dot points written out to keep me on track. So I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna try not to get on too much of a tangent because, like I said, I'm so passionate about this topic and I'm in a chatty mood. So we'll see how this episode goes and where we end up. But for right now, the very first thing on my list says, every single person on this earth has different thoughts, feelings, emotions, and experiences. So we all want something different, which is so true. It baffles me, and I cannot wrap my head around the fact that society wants every single person to subscribe to the exact same life. Buy a house, have a family, raise 2, 3, 4, however many fucking children you want. I don't understand how society can put that pressure on every single human that is born into this world when everyone is so different. Everyone has different interests, different thoughts, different feelings, different emotions, different like mentalities, like different chemical makeups in their brain even. No two people are the same. We've spoken about this before in previous episodes. No two people are exactly the same. No two people's brain makeup is exactly the same. Nothing about two people is the same. And it really doesn't make sense to me that each person on this earth is so different, but we're all expected to do the same thing. And like, yes, there's variations of jobs and, you know, whatever, but on a general level, we are all expected to do the same thing from society, which is so fucked. That's so fucked for me. Like, I you can probably tell I will get passionate about this subject. This is probably one of the most passionate things I'm passionate about when it comes to like speaking on subjects. Like, that's fucking crazy to me. Like, how is that realistic that everyone is going to go on to do all of those things? Like, it's just not realistic. And I think now that we're moving into a day and age where things are becoming more accepted, being yourself is becoming more accepted, whether that's, you know, your interests, your hobbies, your sexuality, what you want to do with your life. Like, all of that stuff is becoming so much more accepted now, which I am all about. I am all about that life. And I think social media for sure has played a massive impact in that. I think being able to get on social media and seeing all of these people doing all of these different things, whether that's, you know, artistically or traveling or, you know, living in a van, like, that is so untraditional. But I think with the help of social media and people sharing their experiences with doing something different, it really has allowed society to open up their minds to what is out there and what the options are for you. You're not just kind of confined into this little box that it has been for so long of you go to school, you get a fancy job, you buy a house because that's what every other person did, and that's all you would really see before social media. I don't know, everyone's so different and everyone deserves to live the life that they truly feel that they were put on this earth to live. The next dot point on my list says wanting something different is okay, and that is couldn't be more true. The truest sentence I have written down in my notebook. Wanting something different for yourself and going and getting it is so okay. I know it really does depend on like how you grew up, what your family life is like, and, you know, so many other factors. But believe me when I say, regardless of what your family thinks, regardless of what your friends think, regardless of what anyone thinks, going and getting the things that you want and living the life that you have always wanted to live is okay. I think the pressure from society, again, with what we're supposed to do, the picket fenced house and all that jazz, I think it really can create self-doubt in our mind when we finally do get the courage to go and do what we've always wanted to do. Like, it's hard. It's hard when all you can think about is that unrealistic expectation in the back of your head. And like, you know deep down that if you were to follow society's norms and go ahead and do that, the only person that you're making happy is the people that are looking in. And those people don't even care about what you're doing with their life because they're so consumed by what theirs looks like to others. Like, it's a constant cycle of like other people doing these things purely for the satisfaction of others. I mean, granted, I know a lot of people, you know, live the 9-to-5 life, the white picket fence family husband life, and they are so happy doing that. And for them, that is their path on this life, and I'm so happy for them. But for those of us that are creative or travelers or people who just get inspired by other things, it is so okay to go and chase those things, even when it's scary, even when there's like those limiting beliefs and like tiny little negative things in the back of your mind. And it is hard. It is very, very hard. Like I said, I think it's easier than what it has been in previous years and previous decades and whatever. Everyone is more accepting of everything now, which I think is so beautiful. And I don't know, like, just wanting something different is okay. That is the dot point. I feel like I'm kind of like talking myself in circles now. The dot point is very simple and very straight to the point, kind of speaks for itself. Like, if you're worried about the opinions of others, if you want to go and live a completely different life that doesn't look put together from the outside but is your perfect put together puzzle for you from your view, then that is okay. That is so okay. And trust me when I say, it feels like everyone's looking in on your life and judging you for what you're doing. But I promise you that no one gives a fuck about what you're doing with your life. Everyone in this world is so wrapped up and consumed with their own life and them thinking that other people are, judging them on their life or thinking one thing about their life. No one gives a fuck. I promise you. No one cares about what it is you're doing with your life. So I think truly doing the things that make you happy and living for you is the only way that you are going to be happy. Because if you're trying to please other people, you will forever and always be trying to please other people, because other people always want more. There will always be something more for people to judge or for people to pick at. If you were to do one thing perfect for society, say you bought a house at 27, because that's what society tells you to do in your 20s, you get through uni, you get through to get a proper job, and then you buy a house. But even if you bought that house and you loved it, it was the cutest little thing, it wasn't perfect, but it was yours and you loved it. Society will always have another opinion, like that is not big enough, it's not new enough, it's not this, it's not that. There will always be something else. Long story short, wanting something different is okay. I'm gonna move on to the next one because I feel myself talking in circles.
Hi, hello, this is Editing Lacey. Just thought I'd quickly pop in to let you know that the quality of the audio is about to change. I was recording and my laptop died. I was stupid and didn't have it plugged in. So the audio is about to change to standard camera audio. I apologize in advance, even though at the end I realize and I kind of explain it at the end anyways. But yeah, if you're just listening, if you're audio only, I'm so sorry. And I promise this will never ever happen again.
The next thing that I have written down says, us as humans are not put on this earth for the hustle culture, to buy houses, to live in debt. If you want that, that's amazing. If not, then that's amazing too. Obviously, if you are a regular watcher of the podcast or follow any of my social medias in general, then you would know that I am a very spiritual person. I am very, very passionate about the fact that we're all just spiritual beings put on this earth to live out our purpose. Materialistic things don't matter to me. Fancy cars, houses, whatever, yeah, they're nice. Doesn't matter to me, because that is not what I think that us as humans are put on this earth to do. I think we are put on this earth to connect with one another, to help others, to inspire others, to create, to experience nature. And that is totally the Taurus in me saying that, the earth sign. I just don't think that we were put on this earth for all of this materialistic bullshit. Like, truly and honestly, that is my thoughts and feelings. If you want that, I'm so happy for you. Truly, you go and get those things. Love that for you. If that makes you happy, I'm happy for you. But for me personally, I think that us as human beings were put on this earth to just live a fulfilling life from the inside. You know what I mean? Through connection, through building relationships, through loving, through connection. I don't know. That is my full, whole, true opinion. Societal norms put this unrealistic pressure on us that we need all of these things that we don't need to live life. Like, you don't need a massive house to live a fulfilling lifestyle. Happiness will not come from those things, I promise you. And the sooner you can find happiness within relationships, within creating, like, those are the things that are going to bring you true happiness. All the other stuff is just extras on top. The next thing on my list says that it's becoming so normal to branch out and do your own thing, and there are so many ways that you can do that now, which I personally am so grateful for. There is so many new and creative jobs that are forming every single day, which I think is so freaking cool and special. And I love that it is allowing people who don't fit into those stock standard categories for lifestyles and work to be able to go out and do the things that they love and that they are passionate about and that they are drawn towards, while also being able to, have a sustainable lifestyle, obviously, you know, make money to afford food and important things. I think that's so cool. I think we are in a day and age now that is so progressed in terms of acceptance, which I personally am very, very, very grateful for. On a side note, that even comes down to my sexuality. Like, I'm so grateful that us as a society is so accepting of that, and also of all of the new opportunities that are arising when it comes to work, not only within creative spaces but also like outdoor spaces and mental spaces. Like, I don't know, there's so many cool new things constantly evolving every single day. And yeah, I think it does create some wiggle room in that societal standard of life. Do you know what I mean? It creates that little bit of wiggle room for the creative people, for the artistic people, for the sporty people, for, you know, all the people that weren't built for the regular 9 to 5. So the very last thing that I have written on my list says, you won't get to where you are supposed to be in this life if you continue to ignore your intuition just to please others to fit in to the stock standard life, which is the perfect way to sum up this entire episode. You truly will not feel fulfilled in this life if you are constantly continuing to show up for other people and not for yourself. And that brings it back to even the topic of the episode, like sticking to your own timeline is so important, because if you are not sticking to your intuition and following the path that you genuinely feel drawn to, that you feel inclined to follow, then you will just never get to where you're supposed to be, and you will never feel fulfilled, and you will constantly feel like, why am I here? Why am I on this earth? Why was I, like, what was the purpose of me being here? And I think that it's really healthy for everyone to have some sort of guidance in terms of their purpose, even if that's as simple as you feel like your purpose is to show up every single day the best that you can to make other people smile. Like, if you feel like that is your purpose, making people smile every single day just in the simplest of ways, then that is perfect. Like, that is amazing. And it even goes in the opposite direction too. Like, if you feel like your purpose was to make a change in this world on a larger scale, that is amazing. That is so freaking cool. And I think that, like, every single person, whether you feel your purpose is big or small, you will not get to where you were supposed to be in this life if you continue to ignore how you feel. If you have always had a gut feeling, for example, that you want to live van life, very broad, very general example, but if you have always had the gut feeling that you have always wanted to live van life, that is calling you, that is what you have always wanted to do, but you continue to push that to the side because society says that's not sustainable, that's not secure, that's not financially smart, you know, buying a house, getting a job, owning a normal car, like all of those things are stable and they are good investments and they are this, that and the other. If you continue to push away your genuine intuition and feeling for the satisfaction and the views of others, and just because society tells you that it is smarter for you to get a mortgage and have children and whatever, and you live your whole life for those other people and you do those things, and you get to the end of your life and you're like 80 years old and your opportunity to live that van life is gone, I can guarantee you that you will be sitting there and you will be regretting everything. That's such a massive fear of mine personally, getting to the end of my life, hopefully, you know, when I'm like older than 80, 90, I'd be happy with 90. But getting to that point and looking back on my life and thinking like, I can't believe I didn't do that. I wasted that time. I will never be able to feel the feeling of doing X, Y, Z. Like, I think I would be so depressed in my final days if I was to get to a point where that's my reality. Like, that's a big fat no for me. You will never ever ever catch me in a point in my life where I am regretting not doing certain things, because I have made the biggest conscious decision to continuously put the effort in to working towards the things that I want to do, because I deserve that, because I know that I'm worthy of the things that I want. Everyone else is just so caught up in their own bullshit that they are not worried really about what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna do the things that make me the happiest, that make me the most fulfilled. Societal pressure and societal norms is such a crazy thing to think about, because it is something that's there. Like, it 100% is something that is there, but you have to learn to not listen to it. I don't know if any of that's making sense. I feel like you can tell how passionate I am about this topic. It is very hard, like I've said in previous episodes, it's hard for me to talk on things that without having actual physical examples to talk about, and that's why I do tend to like bring in a lot of my own life examples into a lot of these episodes. I'm more of an example type of gal. Like, give me an example and I'll talk about it for ages. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this episode, like the past couple of episodes, is just a big fat word vomit. If you take away anything from this episode, please take away the fact of, I mean, one, you can do anything you want in this life. And second of all, please look withinwards and focus on your own intuition and what you genuinely feel drawn to in this life. Don't think about the opinions of your parents, your siblings, your friends, like teachers, life, society. Do not think about the outside influence of anyone. Sit down and have a really hard think and a really good look inwards and figure out what you think your purpose is, what lights your soul on fire, what makes your heart so incredibly happy, and then go and do that. Figure out how you can monetize what makes you happy, figure out how you can just go and live the life that you've always dreamed of, because I promise you, like, there is no point to being on this earth and living your life if you are living it for anyone else other than yourself. So with all of that being said, that is my little ramble on this topic. If you want me to get more specific on any individual thing or anything, then please let me know. You can email me at tonurtureyoursoulpodcast@gmail.com, or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry today's episode was another shorter one, you guys. I think I'm just like so excited to, you know, talking about me right now as I'm filming this. I'm so excited to check filming these episodes off my to-do list and to be packing in a couple days to leave. Crazy times. I hope that you've done something for yourself this week. As always, if you have not, please put it in your calendar for this weekend. Okay, my laptop just died and completely erased the past 20 minutes. I definitely cannot re-record and think of all the things that I just said, so I apologize so much for the awful audio for the past 20 minutes. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, I love my laptop and the fact that it says that it's got 15% battery left, but it just dies. Anyway, now my camera battery is flashing at me, so I'm going to love you and leave you. There will not be an episode next week. I'm taking the week off. That will be my final week in the UK. I think I actually will be traveling back. No. I'll have one more week. So yeah, I might miss 1 or 2 episodes after this one. But as always, if you guys want to keep up to date with everything with my travels or anything in my personal life, my Instagram is the place to be. So you can follow me over there at I'm Lacey Jane. And other than that, damn, this episode was really good, I think. And the audio has just completely screwed me. Love that for me. I think that's gonna be it, you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Mwah.